Hello, everybody. We are back yet again. My name is Kevin. I am playing EarthBound for Subpar Smash Brothers, and I'm here with my guests. Whoever wants to speak first, feel free.
Hi, I'm Chris. That's me. I'm still here.
Wow.
I'm Sabrina. I just got here.
Wow.
And that's Stefan. He's impressed.
Wow.
Oh, Tom.
All I
We
can
didn't
say is
beat.
wow.
We didn't beat DK64. Don't worry, Tom. We got as far as we could in the 8 hours that we were allotted, and that is as far as we will go.
King K. Rool won DK64. So that counts.
Yeah, Brabin said you don't beat DK64. You survived DK64.
Someone says this game was made by an ape. Yeah, it was made by Donkey Kong. That's why we put these games back to back. Planned all along.
This is secretly the continuation of Donkey Kong 64.
A little bit. So, yes, for anyone asking, Mother is a Mother showcase. We never really specified which game we were going to do, so I was assuming EarthBound. We could have done EarthBound Beginnings / Mother 1.
The reason why we put Mother Showcase is because, I literally didn't know what game we were doing, so I said, oh, fuck it. Whoever's the person doing it will decide.
And I figured EarthBound
makes sense.
It's the safe one. I mean, everyone who knows Smash knows EarthBound, as opposed to playing Mother 1 / EarthBound Beginnings. And Mother 3, you technically can't legally play in English. And by technically, I mean you can't. Oh.
Why am I looking at the cartridge? I'm holding a cartridge right here that says Mother 3.
Stefan, you're breaking the law.
Guys gonna come.
Wait, SpiderKnife. Yeah, he just tweeted out because he did the art for this one. He tweeted out a meme with our faces, and then there's just Kevin in a Ness hat. It says, "So this is Sans before he passed."
Yeah.
Oh, banana flavor. That's the flavor we gotta do since we did DK. Please name him.
Chicken.
What do we want to name Ness and not Sans? Don't say Sans. Anyone?
Golden Bolt.
Hold on. I know what to type. I know, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Hold on. There you go.
Oh.
I put it in chat. SNES.
All right, we'll go with SNAS.
SNAS.
There.
Snake.
All right, what do we want to name second girl? I don't know her name.
Her real name's Paula.
Okay, so Tiny. We'll call her Tiny. Oops, that's not an I.
She can shrink when she needs to.
And then
Bobby.
We'll name him Lanky.
Well, can
Pooh should be P.
P.
And then, is this Pooh? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, that's Pooh.
Yeah, this is Pooh.
Name the dog Indiana.
Name the dog Bobby.
Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
Oh, P and all exclamation marks.
What's your favorite homemade food?
Chicken and Winnigish.
Domino's.
Yeah.
Since that's what I had
love that.
today.
Homemade food.
What's your favorite thing?
Favorite thing is simpin'.
Simpin'.
VPNs. Oh, Simpin. Yeah, Simpin.
Ribs.
All right, that's our team. That's our setup here.
Sipping on gin and juice.
The year is 1990X. Good year.
In the not too distant future. It looks centered.
Like slightly off based on the. Now it should be good.
Okay, I see it. All right. Now, see, I didn't notice at first, but then you told me, and now I noticed it.
I looked over and I couldn't unsee it, so I had to fix it.
Yep, there it is.
We're at Snass's house.
Snasses.
I'm not planning on reading all of the text, for the record. I can if we want to, but I figure
You gotta do funny voices for all of it.
the only funny voice I have is my own.
I'm a big proponent of never reading text aloud in RPGs on streams first.
To remind people that, so you said you're gonna play this for about 2 hours, right?
Yeah, somewhere thereabouts.
Okay, so in about 2 hours or so, maybe around 10 o'clock ish, we'll be closing off the daily raffle for the crazy amazing Sonic mask right there.
Please
So
take it out of my home. I don't want it anymore.
so if you want it, donate for that. And also closing at the end of today will be both the Pac-Man World bid war and the Metal Gear bid war. So if you which between World 1 and World 2 and between Metal Gear Solid and Twin Snakes, go choose. World 2 is probably going to be the winner unless somebody comes in with another several thousand. But Solid and Twin Snakes are still fairly close together, so just about $100 goes into Solid, it'll win. So, and also once we reach if we reach the 20K by the end of Tuesday, Linky will do a several-hour speed run through World of Light.
Kevin, are you getting the screen tearing on your screen, by the way? Because chat's saying there's a lot of screen tearing. It's crazy.
On my end, that might be.
Kevin, please blow your cartridge.
I don't know how to do that on a SNES Classic.
blow the SNES.
Oh, I kind of saw it there, but I'm not really.
Yeah, I see it on the stream.
Oh, I see it now on stream. Yeah, on my end it's fine. Let me unplug the HDMI and risk start the stream, but we can do that if we want. That's really bad.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Phil time.
So where were you guys when the first video game you ever recorded tore screen? I was in this room.
Sabrina, there's a question that was asked during Donkey Kong. What was the first video game you played?
The first video game I've ever played would probably be Tomba 2.
Huh.
Ah, okay. That explains a lot.
And that's why I have an obsession over Tomba 2.
So I'm not.
Tomba.
I'm not sure why the screen is tearing. I just undid and redid the HDMI cable, and that didn't do anything. So anything short of wait, I can set a save state, can I? Oh, I could do a save state and then come back. Hold on.
Tomba was one of the first games I played because it was on a PlayStation Underground jam pack disc that I had. That had like a whole bunch of those PS1 classics. It was like Tomba, Jersey Devil. God, there's a whole bunch of those.
Was it the first one or the second one?
It was the first Tomba.
It also had the Japanese Metal Gear Solid 1 video, right?
Yes, that was the one. It had a trailer for Spyro 1.
Right, we've talked about that. That's a good disc.
Like, because I know the first Tomba was hard to come by because I don't think they released as many as they did for Tomba 2, but I know both those games are super rare physically, and I'm just glad that they came out on the PS3. Tombi, yes, Elmans. It's Tombi.
Okay, so
for Europe.
I am not sure why the screen is tearing like it is. We can either deal with it, or I can quickly buy it on Wii U.
I could stream if you don't want to do it because I have it on Wii U.
If you want to do that, we can hop out and we'll just all swap out.
Fill time.
All right, I'll fill time while you set up, and we'll just run around and continue to tear the screen in the meantime. Yeah, take some of this.
I'm glad that you actually gave me the reason why it's called Tombi. I never knew because no one told me. I tried searching for it, but I guess I just didn't search enough. but now I know that it means grave in Italian.
So,
Oops.
so you said, Sabrina, that it was your first game or one of your first games? Tomba 2, that is?
Yeah, like Tomba 2 is most like my first game. Like I remember playing games like Mario 64, Croc, Crash Bandicoot, like all those games. But like I vividly remember Tomba 2 being my first game.
Okay. It's interesting, because that's an interesting first game to have, because it's so rare to find Tomba 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Like my brother had 2. I'd never seen one in my life until a couple years ago. And like I guess like my brother just like had an interest in it, and he still has an interest in it. Like he bought like a player's guide recently for it and all that stuff. And like my sisters and my cousins, like we all love Tomba, but sadly I think they don't know how rare Tomba is now because they're not into like the gaming scene like I am, I guess. But I think the fact that they don't know, it's probably gonna hurt them in the future when they find out.
Yeah. I can only... I don't have a physical of Tomba 2, because obviously the digital version is only like $6, so... You know...
No,
I
have
that way.
both of them physically.
That's wild. I do have a there was a Tomba shirt that was on the Yeti at one point, and I had to pick that up because I don't love Tomba, but I like how ambitious it was, even if I have issues with it from like a critical perspective.
Oh man, I wish I knew that. I would have bought it.
I think it was on the Yeti. I don't think it was anywhere else. But it was one of their one day
Yeah, if it's on the Yeti, it's definitely gone. That's the only thing I hate about the Yeti, that like the difference between like the Yeti and like Shirt Punch, like they'll have like the daily deal, but I think you can still get the shirt on their site just for a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the Yeti, it's like it's a one and done. It's like, well, shit, man.
Yeah.
A shirt for a week would be cool too.
I from what I understand, someone had implied that the reason still tearing on the reason that they that the Yeti does it as a one day only thing is because it's less likely that they'll get a takedown notice if they only do it for one day. Which is interesting. Which makes sense, but it's like kinda.
But it's like they have the shirts for GDQ, and they're out for like the entire week.
Yeah, I don't really. I think it's probably an overabundance of caution, because I think that plus artificial scarcity sells.
Because like, I know like there's sometimes like they had a summer T-shirt tank top sale where like they had like a select line of shirts for I think like the weekend or for a week, I think. And it was these specific designs. There was a Sailor Moon one, but I didn't get it because I was like, no, I should probably just not spend my money on it. Meanwhile, I just bought a Banjo plush. But yeah, like they would do those special things for like once in a while. So it just gets very confusing when it's like you can do this, but not for your other shirts.
Hi, Chris.
Has our stream key changed?
Not since I sent it to you, probably.
Cool.
Okay, so I will stop when you are ready, and then you will start, and then we will be cool.
I think I am ready.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so we will see you guys in just about a minute. Bye.
Hello, Twitch. Co-host, speak. Let's see how you hear on my end.
Wow.
Water.
Dad.
Why?
Dad. Okay, gamer.
Okay, I have Twitch chat open. Somebody said butts. Somebody said based Brexit. Somebody said never do that again. So I think we're sounding okay. Are we sounding okay?
I think we're sounding good. Looks like we're good.
Is the chat there?
Oh, we're raising money for the Diabetes Research Institute. Thanks, Nightbot.
Thank you, Nightbot.
Nightbot, you're so cool. Will you say my name?
Say my name, say my name.
Nightbot won't say my name.
Hey, Nightbot.
Okay, I should also have some game audio. That would make sense. And if we're sounding good, I'll bumper. And I guess we'll.
Well, you don't need to bumper. I'll just edit this together from that beginning because I mean it's like in the final upload I'll just splice these two together. So you don't need to worry about don't worry about the bumper. Just jump into it.
You may want to adjust your screen your screen size because you're zoomed in.
Oh,
Whoops.
that's not cool.
War against Gaiga.
My Twitch has been glitching because it says there's only one person in chat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's been all day.
It's been doing that.
Like I saw it like it was the weirdest thing. Like the number was just counting down, and I'd never seen Twitch do that before.
Chris, you might want to zoom out. Oh, there you are. Oh,
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
I was about to say, but then it's like, oh no, it looks crushed. It's going all over the place.
Okay, I know. Doing my best.
We are one person.
We are Legion.
I had to wait for the game to stop doing its weird. Here's part of the game silhouette thing. Okay. Do we mind black bars? Will that make people upset?
No, I had
fine.
black bars already, so it's fine. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. We had some technical hiccups in the form of screen tearing on my SNES Classic. I don't know why that did that, but so now Chris is playing because he hasn't suffered enough today.
Yeah. Banana.
Move your screen down just a tad because there's a little bit of black space at the bottom.
Okay, someone asked before how much the physical copies of Tomba were. They're about like $100 to $200 each.
It's bad because I think Tomba 2, if I remember correctly, didn't even sell more than like it was either 15 or 50,000 copies. Like it did not perform.
No.
There's actually a running joke that I'm going to spoil between my buddies and I, including Chris.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think we need to keep that secret just so no one pounces on that.
You sure? Okay, I'll tell the folks in the call afterwards.
Yeah.
Secrets.
So, hashtag secrets.
I don't want to ruin our chances at that.
Okay, that's fair. I wasn't sure if we were seriously going to try it, so okay.
I think we are. If you're not, I'm sad that we're not doing it.
I still am. I'm still. Anyway,
what did you call Four Eyes?
He was lanky.
Lanky. If he only had 3.
Name him Kanky, like Cankles.
Is that just NTSC? I'm sure. Yeah, both NTSC and PAL are very expensive.
So Kevin and Chris making a secret video about Tomba 2? No, I already made one. I made one a couple of years ago.
I'm gonna make one people actually like and get all the views.
Yeah. Now people were not happy that I criticized that game. That game has an interesting audience in that if you say anything that you don't like about it, you're a fucking fake fan and I hate you and also fuck you. Thanks for the video.
Oh.
Then you respond and you're like, oh my god, you responded, great video.
Wait, his name was Bobby, not Kevin.
Except you now. I am dog. Woof. We're not even going to see the payoff for most of these jokes.
That's fine. I am impressed with my short-term memory. It's usually not been that good.
I see our buddy Ray R in chat. Hey, buddy. How's it going, man?
Ray R. Hey.
Hey, Nick. I see Nick in there, too.
Hashtag the Golden Bolt is a fake Tomba fan. God. So on that topic of Tomba, now that I can think straight and I'm not playing games, I definitely like 2 a lot more than 1. I don't like, because one has that. I like the art style conceptually of one, but it goes for this weird sort of Donkey Kong Country 3D renders flattened as sprites style.
Mm-hmm.
But the background and the foreground are so indistinguishable that the 2.5D stuff it goes for just doesn't succeed compared to 2, which at least 2 succeeds in that regard.
Yeah, like I like playing 2 a lot more. I tried playing 1 and I was like, oh god, this is very different.
It's rough. Like, it's a rough game. And even 2 has some edges to it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with 2 is it's similar to Brave Fencer Musashi to me, in that I criticized both games from that critical perspective, like looking at it like analytically and trying to see like what works, what doesn't. But over time, like with many games, both of those games ended up much more fond in my memory, because all the things that you don't like kind of fall away over time, and you just remember, oh yeah, I like that game because it has so much charm.
Mm-hmm.
Like Klonoa. Klonoa is kind of in that way too, I think. Yeah, I haven't played Klonoa, so I can't speak to it. But Klonoa mechanically is similar to Tomba, yes.
That's a good
To
game.
answer your question more directly. Yes, charm can go. Charm can make up for most flaws, I would say. Like, if you have a charming game, as long as your game's not just absolute dog shit to play, like, you're gonna get away with some.
Croc definitely does this.
Croc does. Even I would say Yakuza does. Like, Yakuza has some issues to it, but the charm that those games have outweigh those little nitpicks. I feel like if you say Brave Fencer Musashi, it seems like you're trying to summon Johnny. No, he actually. There's a funny story to why I played Musashi, and it was because when I went to Too Many Games the one year, there were a few different creators there, and I decided to, like, all the ones that I was fans of. I asked them, hey, if you'd like to see people review or like cover one game more, what game would it be? Because I want to look at other games that are kind of outside my usual purview. And Johnny had said Musashi, so I went out and I found Musashi at Too Many Games, bought it, and reviewed it later that year. So yeah, actually, that is because of him that I say that.
Wow. Sounds like some call me Johnny's an influencer. Sold you a game on the spot.
Don't use the I word.
Hey, Kevin, who told you to do Legend of Dragoon again?
We don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one anymore. Take your picks. Take your guesses.
God, Mykonos fan, huh?
Yeah, it was you. You fucked my wife.
Jesus. And when I was done, I was walking out. I
How
was like,
dare you fuck his wife?
on my way out, I was like, you should play Legend of Dragoon for your channel sometime. I like that game.
Well, I influenced you to play one game, and that was a really good one. Remember what game that was?
Oh, Anodyne 2, yeah.
Shamu's Deep Sea Adventures.
Oh, yeah. That's
I found a copy for $5, and I was like, hey, this is for you. Bye. And I walked away.
It was literally like I walked into the Too Many Games hall, and I was like, oh, hey, that's the Golden Bolt. And then he's like, hey, you're the first person I've seen. Here you go. And then he parted off to the arcade room, and I was like, yes.
Well, because we didn't really know each other super well.
Yeah.
Like, we were just kind of like, we were like acquaintances at that point. We weren't like friends. Like, we had talked a couple times. We were friendly and all that. But so I didn't want to like bother you because you're hanging out with all the FTCR crew, and I'm like,
big creators, thank you.
and I'm like, I don't want to bother him because I don't want to be that weird guy that hangs around other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know you well enough to like hang around you yet. I just want to say, hey, here's this thing. Go suffer. All right, I'll talk to you on Discord. Whereas now it'd be like, I'm pretty sure we'd hang out for most of Too Many Games, like we planned to essentially this year or next year. But
sad face.
Yeah, I need to use Nico's towel at least
Cry.
once.
Chris.
It's like the song from SpongeBob when they're like this kitchen's not a stove, and it's just you guys like out like trying to stretch each other.
I love the little shuffle that Porky does.
Oh man, fuck Porky.
I feel like Porky's a Karen.
Bro, if Sai, I wonder when the cops will leave, ain't a mood though. Am I right?
I think Porky would be a Kyle.
Yeah, that's true.
Drywall.
Not his mom. His mom's definitely a Karen.
Oh god. This is a game where I really like a lot about it. I just could never make myself finish through all the way. Like, I have that level 15 save people might saw, and I was enjoying it, but I was kind of following a guide, and at that point I was like, I may as well just watch a YouTube playthrough, you know, at a point, an RPG. So then I just never came back to it. On paper, I really like EarthBound.
I think EarthBound's another game that's like begging for somebody to go in and like just make a slight ROM hack that improves one or two things, sort of like DK64 actually, where you improve like a couple things and it's a completely like night and day kind of experience. Like all three Mother games have inventory issues.
Yeah.
I feel like if you just improved that one thing, it would go a long way. Obviously, it would break the balance a little bit, but even if you just made it like 5% more intuitive.
Someone made like a high XP hack for Mother 1, right? Like, I think there was something for that one.
I think so.
It doesn't fix the inventory issues, but at least helps the grinding aspect of it, I think.
Yeah, because Mother 1 is a grind from what I've heard.
I think that was part of why I stopped playing EarthBound, is that eventually Mother 1 came out. So I was like, well, I'll finish that one. I could not. No, that did not happen.
There's a Metroid Other M ROM hack to shoot infinite missiles. It breaks the game, but it's better than aiming to shoot. That, you know, I feel like, yeah, no, I mean, you're right, because Other M's aiming is weird.
Don't you say goodbye to your mom? Don't you agree, man? Why is it in quotes?
Yeah. Marco's Base says, give me 2 screens of inventory at the very least. Like, absolutely. Just, and even like Musashi ran into that same issue going back to that one. Like, that only has a 32 item inventory max, and so does Dragoon for that matter.
Dragoon.
Like a lot of 90s games had really shitty inventories, is what we're saying.
32 items on Dragoon, especially. That one really just sticks out to me. Even 64
that one's
would
bad.
have been better.
Well, and there were 64 in the Japan version if you had the Pocket Station and did the minigame. But they never put that in the. Oh, I just knocked my mic over. They never put that in the US version, or in the English version rather. Oh, so Tay says that any character you get in these games starts at level 1 once you get them. Is that? Oh,
Great.
Oh,
That sounds like a thing.
That's like hatching an egg every time you catch a new Pokemon.
That makes sense, because that was that's where I'm stuck at in Dragon Quest 2, is I just got the third party member. My other ones are around level 10, and she's like level 3. I'm at the part of the game where the enemies start being like major dicks.
Mr. King Jacob says that the inventory in Mother 3 was fine to them because they had a separate inventory for key items. So then, like, you know, important items didn't take up regular inventory space, which, yeah, that would help a lot too. Because I didn't even realize that EarthBound, rather, I was saying Mother 2, that game had that.
At the very least, that's how it should be.
Also, 10 Elements is saying that you can press R to talk to people without having to go into the menu, if that helps.
Thank you.
That's a weird button to do that on.
Uh-oh. $30.
At least this game has a dad that talks to you.
I know, right? Must be nice. I am pressing R. Oh, L. Okay, L.
It might be L, yeah.
Perfect.
I thought it worked the first time, so I thought it was just like, oh, it is R. So I didn't think to update you. My bad.
That's fine.
So as a reminder for anyone that might be popping in just for Mother, we are raising money as part of this event for the Diabetes Research Institute. We're currently at $17,235 of what was our $10,000 goal. And if we hit $20,000, we're going to add one final game to this marathon, which will be Tuesday after the Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace run. Linky will be speed running through World of Light in Smash Ultimate if we hit $20,000. And as a reminder for anyone who may not have caught it earlier, the marathon's updated ending will be on Wednesday when Johnny plays Prime 2 to close out, thanks to the storm issues that he ran into. So yeah, if you want to donate, hit the donate button down below. You can leave a nice message. You can enter the daily raffle, which will end the moment that Chris decides that he is done with this game. You can run
Right
for the
now.
event raffles, including $15 for a bunch of amiibos in box, or $25 for a brand new Nintendo Switch.
Did you say a brand new Nintendo Switch with the
A
updated battery?
brand new Nintendo Switch, the Model 2. Not the
Wow.
Switch Lite, but the one with the updated CPU and battery.
That
Also,
almost
Flipnote
makes me
says,
feel
poor
something.
Linky. Linky offered that one up. I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
I'll play
was
World of
awful.
Light. That's all. Yeah, we didn't force him on that one.
He wrote like a big map of like the perfect route in order to like get the game done like as fast as possible. So it's like he knows what to do. He'll be fine.
I just turned off my SNES Classic.
For me, the JRPG is probably the most evil genre because I want to like it and I want to play it, but I don't have the time or attention. To any. But
I
really
I
want
feel
to
that.
like so many more than I do.
Yeah. We have $10 from hit VTuber Mr. King Jacob 9002. Hello, everyone. Have this money from the ad revenue from my Legend of Dragoon review. It was given to me by the guy who fucked my wife.
Why does he get the money? Hold up. How is he in that account? That's a
Put
messy
this
divorce.
money to Twin Snakes. She used to love that game.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Oh, oh God.
Wait, why are you saying you used to love this game? Wait, is she not around anymore?
She's with her boyfriend now.
Yeah, but like even then, so she's still alive. Like
She
I'm
doesn't
pretty
love
sure
it
she
anymore.
still loves it.
We haven't concluded this story yet. We don't know that.
Yeah, we gotta check in on the video next week to see what happens.
Mr. King Jacob says she left me.
Oh no,
Oh shit.
I'm getting,
she's dead to me.
I'm getting beat on by birds and dogs. This is bad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stefan, did you throw that one in?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's all updated.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been updating.
Thank you.
All right.
And yes, thank you, Mr. King Jacob, for that donation. That was
Sorry to
that was
hear
an
that.
sorry to hear about your wife's boyfriend stealing your ad revenue. Oh shit.
We have fun.
Also, I'm for Pac-Man World. I may or may not be sober.
That makes it even more fun, honestly. I'm excited to see World 2. Like, I really haven't seen any of World 2 at all, so I really want to see like what that's about.
Same. So that's why I'm not
What-
gonna be sober.
But Pac-Man World 2 is great.
Is that a full game run, or is that just a sort of like time slot until it's done?
It should be a
Pac-Man World 2 is it's a really easy game. So
Okay,
you
so
should-
yeah.
it's an easy game and it's fairly short. Because I think you have like 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
you,
World
like,
1
it's not that
you should be able to
long.
beat it. You should be able to beat it in like if you're playing for the first time, then I'd say maybe 4 hours to be safe. But yeah, 3 to 4 hours should be enough time.
That's not bad at all. You're gonna get stuck at Blinky.
I've seen parts of the game. Like I watched Let's Plays on it when I was on a Pac-Man World craze like a couple years ago. And I would just keep watching Pac-Man World Let's Plays for some reason. But yeah, I was told that World 2 is very easy.
Yeah, World 2 is very easy. Like the hard part of World 2 is when you try to like 100% and collect everything, but like you don't actually have to collect anything in order to beat the game. You literally just have to go from beginning of the level to the end of the level, and that's it.
Hmm. Yeah, then it should be easy.
Before we jump back into Pac-Man World, somebody asked, I forget the exact answer. Johnny's able to play Metal Gear tomorrow, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
he has his internet back.
Okay, I thought so, but I was playing, so I wanted to make sure I didn't hear half of it and then tune out, because, DK. what I was gonna ask is, have any of you played Pac-Man World Rally? Their Pac-Man World Kart. I forget what it's called. I think it's World Rally. The kart game, the Pac-Man kart game.
I've heard of it. I've seen it. I just haven't played it.
Because I picked up.
Not heard of it.
I picked up the Pac-Man World games. I already had one on PS1, I'm pretty sure. But I picked up 2 and Rally on one console and then 3 on another console at this most recent Too Many Games, actually, because I was like looking at all the Pac-Man games and I really wanted to make a video about some of the weirdest Pac-Man games that have come out because holy shit, there are a lot of amazingly weird ones. Like Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Hell yeah.
The 2011 game that predated the Battle Royale genre.
Well, which one's that one again?
That's the 4-player Pac-Man that you might have seen in arcades.
Oh, okay, so that is the one. Yeah, because I played that in arcades. Yeah, it's basically like Pac-Man versus, but for an arcade.
Yes. There's that one, and then obviously there's 256, which is just fantastic.
Was cut you off real quick, sorry. Between that and PlayStation All-Stars, was there just a weird Battle Royale like
no, it was just those two. It was just those two games that were labeled as Battle Royale in the title.
Okay.
Like no other games did it around that time that I know of.
Weird.
But what I talk about Pac-Man and Mario Kart GP, I actually did get footage of that from an arcade. Not in GP, but in the is it GP? Which one is the one that's now in arcades? The other arcade one. I don't remember if that's GP2 or if that's GP1. It's whichever one has the taiko drum. It's one of them. That's all that matters.
One of them.
Yeah, I've played one of them, and I did get cell phone shitty footage of Pac-Man just in case I ever wanted it. Because those games are really interesting. Like you can actually mod your Wii U to play the GameCube, or not the GameCube, the arcade, both F-Zero and Mario Kart games, because the motherboards that they're not the motherboards, but the boards that those games run on are based on a GameCube architecture. So you can run those via the Wii U's built-in GameCube emulator through the Wii. I got Mario Kart to work. I didn't get F-Zero to work. So how's Earthbound, Chris?
Definitely a game so far, I'll tell you that.
I would hope so.
I played this intro a lot while trying to get in. I'm kind of just like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a meteor. Who fucking cares?
We almost got obliterated. I can't pronounce that fucking word.
Pokey, you don't.
We
like
almost
Dominic.
died.
Chaos Chow says they got to try F-Zero AX and MagFest. That's a really interesting game to find at MagFest. That's awesome though.
Oh wow.
Magfest is
I would love
cool
to try
game.
that.
I remember playing. I played Mario Kart GP. There was at an arcade like years and years ago. That's about it.
I believe
I know
someone. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Like I know that there was the VR Mario Kart that was like
Yes.
in specific places. I think it was like Washington, DC. I think there was like one station in like the train station or something like that. And I'm like, I would make the trip if I had the money.
Yeah, in a pre-COVID world, I think it was Baltimore. It might have been Baltimore or DC. There were 4 in the States, and like I really wanted to go try it. Because that'd be the last Mario Kart game that I haven't played in some capacity.
Like I hope it goes into like those arcade type places, you know, like Dave and Buster's and like Round One and all that stuff.
Well, especially when they have Rabbids VR at like Round One in a lot of locations. Like the one we went to in Boston had the Rabbids VR game.
Oh my god!
Like
I
front and
didn't
center,
know that.
right as you go in, it was like right there. It's like, why of all games?
Why not? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just a weird one to showcase that close up when you have like Halo shoved at the corner.
It's a real games up front.
Someone asked earlier about Pac-Man Fever, the Mario Party one. If I remember correctly, the team that made that game, because that game also features, I think, Heihachi as one of the playable characters. The team that made that game, I promise I know this not because of what I'm about to say, but what I'm going to say afterwards, also made the Shrek board game, video game. But also, they ported Jak and Daxter to the PS3.
Oh.
That's why I know it. It's because of that. And then I found out afterwards that they made the Shrek game because I did a video with Dan Seibert, who's a really cool dude. We did a video on the Shrek board game at his suggestion. I need to clarify that it was not mine.
Can't believe you suggested that.
I wish we could change Gygas's name to Pingus.
Yeah.
Pingus.
Next death battle, Pac-Man versus Shrek. Pac-Man wins. No question.
Oh, definitely.
Once Pac-Man goes Ultra Instinct, it's all over.
We got a new donation, $5 from the Legend of Daniel. I am winding down on my donations from this charity drive. I am not sure how more I will be able to do after this. Put this to Ms. Post-Apocalyptic Raider and P5 Dancing. I have recently developed an enjoyment of the theme that plays when you're fighting mechanical or extraterrestrial enemies in that game. Are there any themes in games you guys have gotten an interest in recently? I assume the theme you're talking. I assume it's it's the one with the hard rock, the down. I assume that's the one you're thinking of.
The one connected to that, I'm playing the Persona 5 dancing game. It's the second song on the track list. I can't remember the name. Is it Tokyo Emergency?
Is that the one where you're like out? Is that like the when you're out and about in the city? Yeah. Like, is that the one where you're just like exploring the city? The dun 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 dun.
There's a really good remix of that and dancing, and that's all I've been thinking about all week. I'm gonna say that one.
Oh, Legend Daniel meant in EarthBound.
Oh.
So I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, okay.
It's been so long. I know it has good music. I just don't remember any of it, and I can't listen to it right now.
Yeah, any themes in games that you guys have gotten interest in? Like, yeah, to go back to like P5R, I really get a kick of the new battle theme, Take Over.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I still like Last Surprise more, but Take Over is pretty great.
I know for me, one theme I've always loved it, but one theme that like I've started listening to more, I go on waves on this theme. It's the main theme of Ni no Kuni 1, which is also the series theme, because that song is just flat out one of the best songs put in a video game ever. It's a song that perfectly captures everything that game is going to be, because it's a song that takes you on the hero's journey, and it just fully orchestrated, beautiful song, that to the point that I'll listen to it just to see if it still gives me chills, and every single time it does. So that's one.
I think I would have to say the second battle music for Paper Mario, the Origami King.
Ooh.
Like for the second streamer.
Yes. That whole game soundtrack is so good.
Is the second streamer the one that says our names if we donate money?
It's that Origami King, I think it has my favorite Paper Mario soundtrack.
It has a really good soundtrack.
Every song just slaps.
I've been torn on whether I should just YouTube that or wait until I play the game. Yeah. Let's catch that one.
I definitely suggest listening to some of the songs, because the fact that the battle theme changes between areas is so...
that's what an RPG should do. Got it.
I mean, yes, it should, but like you really don't... You haven't seen that in Paper Mario, as far as I can recall, ever before.
Yeah.
No, they have not.
because Color Splash had the same, like Origami King starts out with a theme very similar to Color Splash's, which itself is very similar to Sticker Stars. But then once you get into actual Area 1, it shifts a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, this one's kind of bumping. And then Area 2, and it just hits, and it's completely different. And it follows the whole like Japanese samurai Shogun Studios theme that the area has. And it's just so good.
Dude, the fucking water.
The water is so good. Like, I know Nintendo posted that tweet as a joke, but oh my god, the water is actually really good.
Did Nintendo post the water is good?
Yeah, it was just hey, nice water.
Oh, perfect. I wonder how that goes.
It makes me feel like I'm like playing around in like a diorama or something, and I'm just pouring water into it, and it's like supposed to be like real water or something, while everything else is still like this paper world I'm in.
Yeah, it's weird because like only some water is real water, and then other water is paper water, and it's like I don't really get that, but I'm okay with it because just that area's water is so good.
Yes.
This one's immensely tangentially video game related, but I'm just going to toss it out just to see if anyone else in chat listens. But I really like Madian, the electronic producer, a lot. So I'm just going to throw that out and see if anyone in chat likes it.
He makes good stuff.
I know Madian from the PlayStation All-Stars finale song, also featured in FIFA 14.
It's my favorite song to throw the Xbox controller at the TV to when my FIFA Ultimate Team doesn't win.
He's I'm pretty sure a French techno-styled like electronic composer.
Hugo, yeah. He's a cool dude. I like his stuff. Do you like kind of layered electronic music that's catchy and sounds cool? He's worth. He doesn't have a lot of stuff, but what he does have is really good. Yeah.
And he was young when he made a lot of his stuff. He was like 19, and he just destroyed.
He started when he was like 10, I think, is the crazy part.
Everyone's saying John Madden now.
John Madden?
John Madden.
John Madden's my favorite composer.
It was worth a shot in the dark to see if someone was like, oh yeah, I like that guy.
No, I know. I've listened to his stuff before. I really like it.
No one outside of this call seems to have understood.
Yeah, that's more what I was aiming for on that one. Yeah, I don't know. He's got a new song out next week.
He did a what's his thing? He did the thing. He did that thing with Porter Robinson, the amazing little short.
Yeah, the anime thing. Shelter.
Yeah. Shelter. That's what it is.
While we're talking about just general music, I'm gonna go a different direction and give a shout out to Joji, also known formerly as Filthy Frank, because ever since he left that whole YouTube persona, his music has just gotten better and better and better, and some of his songs are just some of my favorites of the past couple of years. Like he really he brought a lot of what he like learned about. I know it's gonna be weird to say, but storytelling from like his video side, and then like kind of weaved that into a lot of his music, and it's just really good, like R&B mostly. I really recommend. I know his new album drops next month, but some of the stuff he dropped from it is just like way beyond what you'd ever expect. Like his first post Filthy Frank album was kind of like, it was good, it was okay, but it only had like one or two really like standout songs. This new one is like pretty much hit after hit from the tracks he's released.
General Hooligan asks, remember when people tried to cancel him?
yes, that's such a good
they
story.
found out that he's Filthy Frank.
Yes, it was all of his kids, like kid audience, like because there's a bunch of 12-year-olds that love Joji. And they were like, oh my god, he said all of these really weird things, what's wrong with him? And did you guys know this? And then we're all like, yeah. That's why we know who he is. That's why he's famous.
I don't listen to him, but I get all my Joji updates filtered through Kevin and that friend group of ours.
Yeah.
And it's always at least very interesting to hear what the fuck's going on with that guy.
I find out through Elliot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Elliot listens too, doesn't he?
He was a big Filthy Frank fan.
Yeah. Filthy Frank was a weird time on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I couldn't do it. Like, I remember him watching him. I'm like, I can't. No, this is too disgusting for me.
I still remember that we discovered him in high school, like most people did, and we loved him for the stupid, edgy humor.
And then we all kind of fell out of it at a certain point because we were like, all right, this is getting a little weird. And then our buddy, independently of us, discovered him because we had never mentioned it to him for some reason. And so he's like, hey, did you guys hear about this Filthy Frank? And so we were sitting in class one day and I'm like, hey, let me see what he's been up to lately. So I pull up his most recent video and it's him just in a lemon costume screaming. And that's the whole video. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's still the same. It was like
Shane
9 months had
Dawson.
passed.
Yeah, we're good.
What was that, Chris?
I remember Shane Dawson. I'm good on this.
Jesus.
That was the one, right? I'm a banana guy. It was him, right?
No, that's not him. That's Onision.
Oh, those two are the same person in my.
I think either way, I think works.
Yeah,
I don't.
Sounds like they're both kind of the same person. $70. Get out of here.
Yeah, you could buy a whole God of War poster with that.
That just might cover shipping.
Remember Fred? I only remember Fred because his canonical father is John Cena.
That's a good bit. I don't care what anyone says about Fred. That's funny.
It was funny, yeah.
I love that was John Cena's first acting role.
But I thought
not his
wrestling
first,
back
but
then.
well, it was one of his first acting role was in The Marine, which was a WWE movie, which actually wasn't too terrible.
So I was just for the lulz, I was looking up. I wanted to see how many original Nintendo published games are on like the GameCube, Wii U, and Switch, like not counting remakes or re-releases. So I was able to find the GameCube had 47, the Wii had 63, the Wii U had 46. And the Switch currently has 41. And like this is counting original games and sequels, but not the re-releases and re-releases and remakes. Now I just have to go in and each of them and kind of see like kind of rank them in terms of like quality and like just to determine like the what type of games were like being released at like each time. Because I know like a lot of things like like this era of Nintendo was bad, but this era of Nintendo was good. So I kind of really want to see like how much of that is true exactly.
I feel like that's also like based on perspective as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
If you go by my Twitter feed, this is the worst year for Nintendo ever.
It's like,
2020. Yeah, 2020 was Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Pokemon Cafe Mix, Clubhouse Games, a Jump Rope Challenge, Paper Mario the Origami King, and then in terms of re-releases, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Xenoblade Chronicles, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and now soon Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
For the sake of my own knowledge, can I tap you to tell me what it was for 2013?
Okay, 2013 was for Wii U, Lego City Undercover, New Super Luigi U, Game & Wario, Pikmin 3, Wonderful 101, Pokemon Rumble U, Wii Party U, Wii Fit U, Wii Sports Club, Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games, Mario 3D World, NES Remix, Dr. Luigi, Rayman Legends, which was co-produced, but Rayman Legends and Sonic Lost World, which were both co-published by Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD as the one re-release.
That's better than I remember.
I think 2014 was the weak year, wasn't it?
I just remember 2013 being the year I needed anything to play on my Wii U, and I didn't play anything until Wonderful 101. Like, I remember when they started putting out monthly NES games or whatever, I was like, thank God, water. I'm so thirsty.
Water.
Because I bought in when 3D World came out. That's when I jumped in.
I got it in early. I got it for my birthday 2015, because that was right when Smash came out, and I was like, yeah, I need a Wii U for Smash.
That's a good time to go into that.
Although I think I only own like 4 Wii U games. Like I own Smash 4, Mario Maker, Splatoon, Bayonetta 2, which also includes Bayonetta 1. And I think that's it. I can't remember. And then I got a PS4 in I got a PS4 on my birthday in 2017, and I'm pretty sure I have like over 20 games for that.
I know. I got my Wii U on day one after bugging my dad about it because I was still asking my dad to buy me consoles at that point, even though I was like, it came out what 2014, 2013,
2012.
2012. Oh, that's even earlier.
I
was like a junior in high school, I think then.
Yeah, people have been saying people like 2020 for Nintendo's been bad. Like in comparison, 2019 was Tetris 99, Yoshi's Crafted World, Nintendo Labo 4, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Astral Chain, Mario Maker 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Trine 3, Cadence of Hyrule, Super Kirby Clash, Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then in terms of re-releases and remakes, Mario U Deluxe, Trine 2, Box Boy and Box Girl, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Dragon Quest 1 to 3, and 11S. And yeah, that's it. Those were
And keep in mind, people were complaining last year that it was a slow year.
yeah.
It's almost like,
all right, and now let's see what the year before that was. We got Dragon Quest Builders, Nintendo Labo 1, 2, and 3, Sushi Striker, Kirby Star Allies, Mario Tennis Aces, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, Super Mario Party, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Pokemon Quest, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. And re-releases was Bayonetta 1 and 2, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and Trine.
There was a thing I had noticed, or not noticed, the thing I had written up that I pointed out when people were complaining in another server about how light the Wii U's lineup was in 2020. I had pointed out I mean, we all kind of expected 2020 to be slow even before pandemic, considering that functionally they had released one major first-party game almost every month since the console came out. Whether it was a remake or not is a different story, but there's been just about one big marquee title that's been exclusive to the Switch per month outside of 2020.
But Kevin, I'm not interested in those games. They're not releasing anything.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, and so far the TBA Nintendo published games right now are Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, New Pokemon Snap, Detective Pikachu 2, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, and Pokemon Unite. So there's only about 6 other games that we know of at least.
I feel like that's
I
most
forgot
people's...
that Detective Pikachu 2 was a thing.
Yeah, I did too. There's supposed to be a re-release of 1 too. I think that's most people's issue, is that they just don't know what's coming, which fair, but there's probably a direct this month. Find out. I feel like the rumor I've been seeing is Indie World followed by a mini direct kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I imagine pretty much all those games are going to come out in 20. Didn't they say the new Pokemon Snap? They straight up confirmed that was 2021. I could have sworn they said that.
I'm going to go
I
with
can
maybe.
probably check.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know Bayonetta, Metroid, and Zelda are all just TBA. There's no release date, but I'm pretty sure I remember new Pokemon Snap. They said, "Oh, we're gonna have that for 2021."
I think so as well. I feel like that was the case, but they may have just said coming soon kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it was coming soon, but also that
Well,
probably means 2021 anyway.
Yeah, and technically that is a closer we know more about that game. We've seen more about that game than the other ones. So. I think Breath of the Wild 2 there's a chance that will come out in 2021. Just because from what we've seen of it, it looks like a fair portion of it was done, and since they're just using the Breath of the Wild engine, it's going to be much easier to just swap it over. But Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 are basically giant question marks because we have no idea when those will ever be done.
Yeah, and I think with Breath of the Wild 2, it's very much a question of if they're going to add anything to the world they're in besides potentially building on either new landmarks, or obviously the shrines can't stay in their current state, but figuring out what to do with all of that world, that can still use that world. But my hope is still that we're going to see something with Breath of the Wild 2 where it's like Breath of the Wild 1 with a little bit more somewhere. I don't know where it would be more, obviously, but probably underground it seems like, and just a couple traditional dungeons. Doesn't even need to be all of them, but I think that they've realized that the experiment with movable dungeons didn't really play out too well. Like, it's fine, it worked for that game, but it won't work again.
Yeah, like looking at in comparison to like the GameCube list, it's like there's a lot more weirder choices. Like they have like a Wave Race game, they've got Eternal Darkness, they have Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, which they did publish. They got like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, 1080 Avalanche, Pac-Man Versus, Custom Robo and Chibi Robo, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Geist and Battalion Wars. And then you get to 2006, and it's literally just Odama and Twilight Princess. Like 2006, like people say like a lot of years are bad, but then I look at 2006, like minus the Wii stuff that came out, it's basically just Odama.
You don't like Odama?
I haven't played it. I only remember Odama because I see it all the time. I would see it all the time in stores as like that $5 game that never gets sold.
Yeah.
Also, it just says coming soon and / under construction. I even checked the actual direct to see if they actually said anything during the direct and not in the trailer, but no, it just says coming soon.
So, Chris, how have you enjoyed these battles so far?
I'm having a good time. I worry it's boring for the viewer, but
that's some other showcase.
Yeah.
And Mr. L popped in with 2016.
I don't think. Well, it's like 2016. It was Star Fox Zero and Guard, Pokken Tournament, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Paper Mario Color Splash, and the Twilight Princess remake.
And Tokyo Mirage.
Oh, do I put Tokyo? Oh, that's right. Oh no, I put Tokyo Mirage in 2015 because technically that came out in Japan in 2015. So
yeah.
That half counts.
Yeah, 2016 was a really, really rough.
Yeah, I think if you don't count the Wii, if you don't count the Wii when that came out in 2006, then yeah, 2016 is probably worse. Just because like Pokken Tournament is good, Paper Mario Color Splash is eh. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is good, and then the rest is just
and even Tokyo Mirage is like, that's the kind of game where it's like you're not gonna pick that game up at first glance. Like almost nobody is, because you're taking two at that time ultra niche franchises, combining them and putting in Japanese idol culture.
And I didn't look at the handheld games. I was just looking at the console games, just because I didn't want to put too much work in right now.
Honestly, throwing Sun and Moon, it wouldn't add much anyway.
Oh,
just saying. Twilight Princess as a new game was more exciting than any of those. Damn.
Yeah.
No, Tokyo Mirage was my 2016 game of the year, actually. Like that game's combat is really fucking good. Like, I didn't expect to like that game at all because I didn't care for Fire Emblem before Three Houses. I liked SMT from like the one game I had played, which was 4. I played a little bit of it. But I don't care about Japanese idol culture, and that game just is so again, charming. That's really charming, and it has a great battle system.
You just wait till you get to Yakuza 5, Buster. You'll love idol culture after that. You'll be playing Miku games like crazy.
Yeah, and then and Mito Green Steven says like it wasn't just idol culture; it's also about show business in general, and that's true. But at first glance, it's idol culture, and like it's the kind of game that I wouldn't have picked up if not for the fact that the Wii U had no games that year.
Yeah, you really got to give that game a chance to see what it's actually doing, because if you just look at that thing, you don't get the right idea, honestly.
And then Zachary asked about Tokyo Mirage having some shit going against it due to content not being in the US version. There are essentially 2 costumes that were adjusted because they didn't want to be a fucking weird, and people screamed censorship because they had nothing better to do. So they changed one costume from a 16-year-old girl in a specific bikini during an idol photo shoot to giving her a different outfit that's not a bikini on a 16-year-old girl for a photo shoot meant to sell posters to men.
How dare they?
And they also changed the big boob monster. They changed her and put some really bad particle effects over her cleavage because Nintendo's weird. But nothing fundamental changed.
Vagina bones.
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, that's it's literally just people complaining for the sake of complaining. It's nothing more than that.
Was there a dungeon that was lost? I feel like that's the main thing I saw.
No, that dungeon was still there. Unless I'm wrong, but the dungeon that had the photo shoot, the summer photo shoot, just changed her outfit to something like sporty.
Yeah,
Like-
literally the only, like, of all the games that were quote unquote censored, the only time I could think that they actually took out something like major a part of the game rather than just something that was cosmetic was Fire Emblem Fates, where they took out that whole gay conversion therapy.
What?
That's
Excuse me?
that's news to me. I'm
Oh, you
There's
sorry.
didn't
a
hear about
face
this?
rubbing
No.
thing they got
Yeah,
rid of.
I'm pretty sure it was Fates. There was a Fire Emblem game that in Japanese there was a subplot about a guy like he basically who has his homosexuality cured through through abuse and so like such like that. It's a bit literally it's gay conversion therapy, and that got cut into that got cut in from the American version
I feel like I'd need to
I
read
mean,
it.
I don't know why it's in the original.
because it's a yikes.
Ooh.
Like, I'm gonna double check completely what the exact game is by. I do know it was Fire Emblem and gay conversion therapy. Oh yeah, and Fates had the petting thing, but the petting thing at least is that's a cosmetic. So like that's why I didn't it doesn't actually matter. So it's like that's just stupid to complain about.
Says you. I still get angry comments on my Yakuza Remaster review
because there was
Mm-hmm.
I said they cut out some like homophobic and transphobic stuff, and I was like, hey, that's good. It's curious.
Okay, yeah, I found it. It was Fates.
Oh.
The game underwent alterations in the Japanese version. A support conversation between the male avatar and a character named Soleil was criticized for elements that deemed similar to gay conversion therapy. So they were removed from the conversations to avoid causing controversy. Yeah, it's about the gay character who has her your gayness cured, so to
Quote,
speak.
unquote.
Yeah. It was dumb, but they got rid of it, so it's like, and that's something that you actually should get rid of because it is bad.
Extremely bad.
Yeah, it's fascinating that people will cry like game preservation for things that just shouldn't have been okay in the game to begin with, like in Yakuza 3, where they had some transphobic missions. I think it was in 3 that had them. And like it was very outside of the character of Kiryu to act the way he did during this to this one character, and so they took that out because it's the only time that he's ever specifically not the nicest guy in history. And so it's like, yeah, of course you take that out. It's a huge character flaw of his to suddenly be transphobic for one mission only, and B, just take that out. It doesn't do anything good.
Like a lot of usually I only hear people complain when it involves like an underage girl and like an outfit choice. That's when I hear the most complaining. I'm like, why are you complaining about this?
Censorship.
Censorship. She's like 16, my dude.
or it's like fucking Tiki or something. It's even worse.
How old's Tiki?
I mean, she looks like she's 12, but she's actually 7,000 years old.
It's like
shit.
Sailor Chibi Moon.
Yeah, some of that.
Chibi Moon is like 9,000 years old. But like she looks like she's like 5. Well, not 5. But...
This is a completely different topic. Did that Fast and Furious game just come out today?
I guess so.
Oh.
I knew it came out soon. I didn't know when though.
Man,
That PS3 ass game.
he just dropped that one out of nowhere, huh?
Oh yeah, here, yeah. Legend of Daniel put in the Japanese version of the game, Corrin apparently gave her some sort of drug that was supposed to help Soleil overcome her preoccupation with cute girls by seeing them as guys. It has the unintended side effect of making it seem like Corrin was trying to roofie her.
That sounds
Ooh.
familiar. Yeah, okay, I remember that. Oh, yeah.
Jesus, Corrin.
Yeah, and in regards to Vivian and Thousand Year Door, I wouldn't say they straight up censored it. It's more so they just kind of made it more subtle. Like I don't think that was like I don't think they straight up erased that. They just didn't really bring attention to it. Yeah, well, watching this does make me want to play. That makes me want to replay the game, because it's really weird, but it is like fun and it's fun in its weirdness.
Earthbound, that is?
Yeah, Earthbound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna float out a controversial question. Since this is a showcase anyway, does anyone mind if I just load up my old save file and just
No,
fuck
go
around
ahead.
with that?
Yeah, do it. Let's go to the future.
Mostly because I'm
Yeah.
just curious where the fuck I left off.
Yeah, the reason the Mother 3 not coming. I think it's mostly just a case of like there's probably some like there's probably some like little legal things that they would have to do in order to re-release it.
Yeah, I know. There's like some things where like they reference some things in pop culture that they would have to take out of the game, and it's just so much that like it's just gonna be like a very tough time to release. Like hell, there's an enemy that literally has like that sampled the Batman thing, like and it's like that's gonna be very hard to try and get to America.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty sure at this point Nintendo's just like screw it. You know where to play it if you want to play it. Just do it.
Last I remember hearing, I thought Itoi had a hand in some of that, some of the reason why it wasn't localized either.
I wasn't sure about it. All I know was that he was the reason why they didn't do anything more with the Mother series, just because he's like, I'm done with it. I have no more stories to tell or whatever. It's just fine. Oh my god, we're in a Scott Pilgrim right now, the Chaos Theater.
Damn right.
Yeah, I completely forgot that was an Earthbound reference.
Maybe remake it. You would have to get Itoi, which I don't think Itoi is interested in making Earthbound games anymore.
Did they make it? Did they get his permission for Earthbound, or did they get his permission for Earthbound Origins? I assume?
He was involved in I think he was part of the announcement trailer.
Yeah, I think they had him talk about it.
Because I think he came up and said, like, because everyone was like, oh my god, it's Mother 3, and then they were like, nope, it's Mother 1, bitches.
It reminds me of when they had the Square Enix guy come out at that PlayStation Experience show, and he's like, do you all remember an iconic game from 1997 about Cloud Strife? And everyone's like, holy shit. And he's like, that's right, Final Fantasy VII's on PlayStation 4. Go buy it.
Well, it's not about a rights thing, because Nintendo at the end of the day does control the rights to Mother, but A, the series never sold well. So that's one. But B, it's also a respect kind of thing. Like Nintendo's not going to step on the toes of one of their most influential developers of the past.
Iwata and Itoi especially seemed like they had a lot of respect for you.
Yeah. I mean, Iwata's half the reason Earthbound even came out, because he came in and cleaned up some of the code systems they had.
As he was bound to do back then.
Yeah, as he always did. That was why he got the job at Nintendo proper, if I recall. Was that how he fixed Mother and made it a game?
Mm-hmm.
Too far.
Like it's like the same thing with Sora in Smash, apparently. Like technically, I guess like Disney has the rights, I guess, to choose if
To Sora.
Sora. Yeah, so just apparently, I don't know. Like, it's very confusing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney owns the rights to Sora.
Yeah, Disney sadly owns the rights to Sora, but they also said that they respect Nomura, and they would go on what he wants rather than what Disney Japan would want to do.
Yeah, I think it's very much a case of because they see like they see how much the games respect the Disney properties without them having to kind of step in and like say, oh no, this can't. Like, I think other than saying that, other than the whole Mickey couldn't appear in the first game, I think that was really the only stipulation I could think of that they really put on that people have talked about. Because all the rest of the time, it seems like they're happy with how the game, like how they like interpret their characters. They're just like, okay, as long as you keep doing that, we're fine with whatever you do with Sora and like your original characters.
Plus, if you burn bridges with Nomura, then you're never gonna get a Kingdom Hearts success probably again.
Yeah.
Um,
I think, and I think I know there was like there's the thing with, because Disney technically doesn't completely own the rights to Tarzan, which is why, like, I know in the first game, Tarzan has like extra like copyrights on it, and that's why Tarzan's never appeared in any other Kingdom Hearts game, is because they don't want to pay those extra rights again for more Tarzan.
Marco's based in chat has pointed out, at least based on his recollection, that Itoi had said that he created Mother as a way to distract himself from a bad divorce and being separated from his child. But now that his kid's older, there's no reason to continue that series.
Huh.
But he hasn't even made games since in any regard. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a good anniversary merchandise thing, right?
I think so. So the short of it is that Itoi was mad that somebody fucked his wife.
I wasn't going to say it, but I was thinking it too. Okay.
No. I love that right when you said that the Twitch stream numbers went all the way down to 1.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, you don't fuck with Itoi.
We're all the wife today.
Yo, are we PK fire spamming?
PK Fire.
We should be, shouldn't we?
Yeah, the way you can figure out Disney's confident in a project is whether any of Mickey and his friends are limited or not. DuckTales limited Donald's appearances as they wasn't too sure about how they would have done it first. They don't let Mickey be used if they don't know how project is any good or not. Yeah, that is kind of a thing. Like, I know, like, yeah, with even with DuckTales 20, the modern DuckTales series, they I don't know if it's like a complete stipulation, but they're like they don't want Mickey in it, so they kind of like cheat and do like other like kind of cheat ways in order to like get Mickey in it. Like, there's one episode where like Donald's stranded like on an island, and he's talking with a watermelon that looks like Mickey, and he talks like in Mickey's voice, and like that's how they got Mickey in there.
So, Chris, how does it feel to be level 15 now?
Feeling good. Beating up a cute UFO. That's good.
So what you're saying is Disney finally has confidence in the Disney parks as they finally have a ride based on him. Yes, it took all this time. Now they're like, okay, now these parks are getting somewhere, and then the thing happened. They have to shut them all down. Whoops. Yeah, and then there's like, yeah, there's like, I know they when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, they had like Sora, and they had like they had a Kingdom Hearts Donald and Goofy like their costumes like out and about, which they never did for a long time. And then there's the rumored Kingdom Hearts. Well, I don't know if it's a rumored or confirmed, but the Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus series.
I think it's still a rumor. I don't know.
I could have sworn that was like confirmed, but we don't know like what's going to be about.
They'll charge you an extra $30 on top of your subscription.
Oh God.
At least with that, you own the movie. Like, it's still too much, but at least it's not a rental.
Yeah, but if it's tied to your Disney Plus account, then like
it's still very
Yeah.
but yeah.
I don't know. That just seems fucked up. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm glad that it hasn't made a dent in Netflix's numbers, because Netflix is the beacon of hope in these trying streaming wars.
Oh no, man! I'm still keeping my Netflix. I'm not leaving anytime soon.
Like
I always just do the easy thing of like, if there's something I want to watch on a streaming service, I'll rent it. I'll pay to do it for the month. But if
Yeah.
I don't want it anymore, then I'll stop and then I'll just wait. Yeah, like I had Disney Plus for a bit, but I'm like, I'm gonna wait a bit. I stopped it, and then probably at the end of the month, because the Phineas and Ferb movie, I want to watch that to be like, I'll get that, and then I'll have it for another month.
Yeah, well, and Disney Plus had such a bad value proposition when it first started because all their stuff was delayed. So the only option they had was to just release Mandalorian on a weekly basis to try and hope that you'd stay for more than a month as a sub. And
well, I do think uploading doing shows weekly, I think is the smart way to do it, because then it keeps the show in conversation and it keeps you like still thinking about it. Because like Netflix's problem recently has been just they've been dumping so many series all at once, and so many at once that they just kind of they cannibalize each other, and then you're just like, you just forget about everything.
yeah,
So it's like,
to some extent, yeah. I mean, Netflix has done sort of a hybrid strategy, I know, or they are doing one soon. I know, it was Amazon with The Boys season 2.
Yeah.
They're doing I think they're dumping a few episodes to start and then weekly for the last 3 to try and build the hype for the whatever the ending is going to be of that season. And I think that works too. But I think it depends on the show. Like I think it worked for Mandalorian very well, but I don't think every show. Like I think that shows can work equally well both as a drip feed and as a binge model.
I think it's because most of the series they're going to do on there are going to be shorter series, like 8 episodes, 6 episodes, it's not going to be like, I don't think they're going to do any 13 episode long series like that. So it's like, yeah, it's fine. You can drip it off over 6 to 8 weeks. Like I know when the Marvel stuff going to come out, they're just going to be, I mean, those are basically just going to be 6 episode long movies anyway. So it's just, just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and it works in that case. My point was more so that you just know that they drip fed Mandalorian, not because
because they needed more content. Yeah, they needed content for people to stick around. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And now all that content's been delayed even more because of COVID for many of the shows. And it's just like, man, they could not have asked for a worse launch than they had, and they're still obviously making money hand over fist. But it's interesting because like I've looked at some of the numbers before, and like it's fascinating that no matter what happens, Netflix's numbers pretty much never go down. So it's always like you will have Netflix and another service. So even as like Friends got pulled or The Office got pulled for Peacock or for whatever, for HBO Max or for whatever.
It's because there's so much on it already that it's like, why not? Like why not? Like why would you get rid of it? It's like, there's so much on it. You just might as well stick around with it. Like there's always going to be some because it has the most variety of all of them. Like I think HBO Max probably has a bit more variety, because that has like a big variety of movie of TV and like movies that aren't just say Warner Brothers. Like they have like a lot of rights to put on like a lot of non Warner Brothers movies on there. So like that's something, if you want like a good variety of like classic movies and just like huge variety of type of movies, that's definitely something to check out.
Yeah, because Max is probably Max and I would say Peacock were the only other two that really have the ability to outlast Netflix in terms of pure, like just in-house
variety. Yeah,
volume. Variety and volume.
Volume, yeah.
Yeah, because like Peacock, I mean, obviously NBC's had 60 years of doing this. I mean, more than that, but for the modern viewer, that's all that really matters is less than 60 years. But HBO Max is all of HBO, AT&T, Turner, Warner. Like it's so much.
Although it sucks that we don't have it over here. Like, because I was like when it came out, I was like, ooh, we subscribe to HBO, so we should be able to get it either for free or a discount. And I checked it up, and it's like it's not in Canada, and I'm like, shit.
Oh.
I think all the original content is coming to Crave, which is what we have. So I'm hopeful, because I need to check, because I haven't looked to see, because I want to watch Close Enough. So I want to hope and see that Close Enough is on there.
I think it's related to the contracts. That
it's contract problems. Yeah.
Canada. So over time, that should be resolved. What were you going to say, Chris?
Sorry. I was gonna say, I just remember feeling bad for like the UK, because we talk about Disney Plus and my server and FTCR server a lot. And every time AEW would just come in and be like, "Well, I can't watch it because it's not in the UK, but I've heard The Mandalorian's good." That's like, oh, right. Oh, yeah, I feel so bad, but also
if you go to expressvpn.com/MykonosFanFan, you can get 15% off and a data breach.
I wish the Mykonos fan account would upload hours. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I feel like I'm missing a easy way to get money. I need a get rich quick scheme for EarthBound.
Hotel Tucson.
Just give.
Oh, I thought you were talking about real life for a minute. I'm like, same.
So Chris, give Porky $1 and then have him give you $1, and then you'll both have got $1.
Okay. I think you're onto something here.
and then invest in real estate.
Yeah, does Porky have any beachside properties by chance? I've heard stock in 10 cents down today. Let's go. I don't know why. Yeah, buy Bitcoin.
Lindy.
Going up.
Buy Bitcoin. I like the idea of buying Bitcoin in 1990X. It's worth a lot today, so I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Marty, you've got to buy Bitcoin when it comes up. Just buy one.
Just buy one Bitcoin.
A singular Bitcoin. Action
Man,
shares.
I wish I knew what Bitcoin was when it was cheap.
Yeah.
That's one of that's one of those where I don't kick myself too much because obviously you can't know any better. But I remember like my fucking high school computer teacher was like, "Oh yeah, here's this thing called Bitcoin. It runs on blockchain," and we're all just like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're teaching us C#, like you're teaching us basic programming, and you're talking about Bitcoin." And just amazing that like if you had $1 in Bitcoin back then, I think you'd have like it's close to like a couple million now.
Yeah.
Chris, how Linky's asking how long will you be playing EarthBound?
How much longer? I'm tired.
Okay, so we'll say 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes to get your last minute donations for either the daily raffle or for the two final bid wars, Pac-Man World or Metal Gear, because those will be decided once this is done.
I meant to say that a couple minutes ago and I forgot to. So thank you.
Got distracted.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were still going to stop at 10 or like 10:30, so we technically had 2 hours. But is anyone actually watching?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. We already
it's EarthBound.
We already went an hour long or half an hour longer than scheduled, so it's like it is what it is. We're all having fun. That's all that matters.
To jump back, just very just slightly is that what I am kind of disappointed with Netflix is that their library of older movies is pretty much next to none.
Yeah.
Just because it's like because the whole thing and a lot of it is like with algorithm and stuff like they take stuff and they leave stuff on that people watch and that ends up being mostly just like modern stuff. Like I think somebody made a graph of like how many movies were like on their how much like stuff was on their service, and I think way more than half of it was all stuff from the 2010s.
Yeah, so I believe that just because licensing alone, I mean, all those are owned by ABC or NBC or Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like there's some then you have stuff like there's stuff like it is because that's why it is good like to not just stick with one service, like try out other servers like Criterion Channel, which is just filled with all of these classics like just from all different eras, and that's something like if you want to see like you really get really into like all those different eras of film, that's definitely something worth checking out.
I'm just sad that they're canceling Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, you know what? Fuck Archie, because Archie's been doing stupid shit.
You don't say. Archie doing something.
You don't
stupid.
say. It's gotten so bad that they even ruined their main Archie book. Like they took the main Archie book, which was pretty good. And it's been pretty good for like a long while, like it's going since 2015. Yeah. And they took it on a detour, basically just to promote the Katie Keene series that they've been working on. Bless you.
Thank you.
And what happened? And then the Katie Keene series ended up getting canceled anyway, and now the book is currently in a indefinite hiatus on a cliffhanger. So it's like, well, Archie ruining their own properties.
The main Archie book is on hiatus.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I said that out loud. Processed
Amazing.
it.
Just Subaki asked about the Mulan stuff. That was what actually started us talking about Disney Plus more in full, was making jokes about the $30 price tag on a subscription service.
The one scenario where I could see it being okay, at least from like a purchasing side, not a consumer supporting the side. Our friend Aaron was like, well, I might get some friends over and we'll just like, purchase it. I'm like, okay, if you're splitting that cost a few different ways, fine, but
I get the idea behind it, just because I know like a lot of the things, like there was like rental, like people were complaining like some of the movies had like very big rental prices, and they're like, why is the rental price so expensive? Like I know like with a Scoob, when that came out, that had a huge rental price. People were like, why is this so expensive? And then the reason was like, oh, it's because they're doing it from the perspective of parents. Like if parents go to see a movie, they're going to be spending like $14 times like three to five, so it's plus concessions, so it's going to be a lot. But it's like, oh, you cut that price down a bit, so it's like you can kind of see from that perspective. So like when with the Mulan, it's like, oh, it's that price, but it's like, but you're quote unquote owning the movie, so it's not like you're renting, like it's not $30 and it's like, oh, you can only watch it for 24 hours. It's like, oh, as long as you have like the Disney Plus account. But it's obviously clear that, oh, in 3 months it's gonna come on Disney Plus for everybody, like for free on Disney Plus. So it's if you can just wait for that to come out normally, or you can just not watch if you're not I'm not really I wasn't that interested in the Mulan anyway, so I'm like, I'm not gonna watch. I'll wait until it comes on to Disney Plus for free. Like I don't need to like I don't think they're gonna do it, but if they say did it for Black Widow, I probably would, just because that's something I do want to see.
Yeah, and plus with Scoob, it was also a situation of Scoob launched not too far into the whole COVID modern world, right? Like it was like late spring, early summer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it also helped that because there was the Trolls movie came out. Like that was like the first one to do that, because it was going to come out like early April, so they dropped that, and they're like screw it, we don't know what to do. We dropped it, and it ended up being super successful. They're like, maybe we don't need
theaters too.
Yeah, maybe we don't need to put it in theaters, and then the theaters are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those where it might have been very much like they still need to make their budget back kind of thing, so they're just going to try and charge a ticket price for it and hope that enough people rent it.
Yeah, like it's just a really complicated situation, because you have the studios who like they want to release the movie somehow, so it's like can't release it in theaters, so release it digitally, but we're gonna have to pay for it, even though like we're gonna have to give it like a certain amount of price to get us a profit, even though people don't want to pay a certain amount digitally. And then also the theaters are gonna be like, the theaters are being like terrible because they're reacting in very like poor ways of being like, oh, we want to open up movies in theaters or else we're going to go bankrupt or whatever. But it's like, you realize you can't open right now because shit is going bad. So it's just like, it's two very bad sides. And then you have the people who are actually making the products kind of like stuck in the middle of like, we just want our projects to be seen and to like make some kind of a profit or whatever.
I just want Scoob to be seen by a lot of people.
Like I bought Scoob because I was like, you know what, like it's only like a few extra dollars to own, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, and I bought Scoob. I enjoyed it. Like I thought it was a pretty good movie. I know not everyone thinks that way, but I enjoyed the movie for what it was. And I would share my YouTube account with other people to watch the movie because I bought it on YouTube. And so like other people currently have my YouTube account.
I wonder if that movie has high retention.
Oh yeah, and someone said the Paramount Decree is officially over, which that was basically that studios were not allowed to own theaters. Like that was the whole thing. But now that that's been officially like done, so now any movie theater can, like any movie company can make can like have their own theater.
That is
which is that could that is both good and bad things. It has bad because like the whole like that whole sense of like only that sense of like controlling over your own property over others. But then there's also the thing of a lot of theaters are really terrible. And so it's like, oh, these theaters may want you to experience their movies in the best possible way without shitty people, like punishing shitty people, having like maybe not like have actually cleaning their theaters, having good projection. So it's like there's kind of that weird positive and negative like aspects to it. So it's like
that's
you kind of just have to wait and see and just.
That's going to be very anti-competitive. Like I will not be surprised if that goes to Congress at some point in the next couple of years once it starts, because that's gonna be a racket waiting to be broken up.
And the funny thing is that I only just found out this recently is that technically Disney could have all this whole time released a theater on their own, because due to them being an independent studio at the time that Paramount Decree came out, they were exempt from it. So when they became like super mega big popular, they could have made their own theater. The reason they didn't is that they didn't think it was profitable. But now if other movie studios start really making their own theaters, then they're going to jump on that bandwagon. So it is that weird thing of like, it's like people are immediately like, oh, Disney's going to make their own thing. And then you go read into it. It's like, oh, they could have done it this whole time. They just didn't, because they're like, we're not going to make money. And like, yeah, it wasn't profitable. But when other studios are making it, then it's like, well, now we should, because they're like, there's going to be profit in like this competitive nature.
Well, and even then, when you think about it, on the other side of it, it's like you're going to see like, if a studio owns a theater, you're going to see the prices for that movie at those theaters being more expensive than a regular ticket would be, because most of the profits of a ticket sale goes to the studio anyway. So all of the upkeep and everything else is reliant on the theater making money on concessions. So
yeah, basically
that's kind of why it's not profitable. So there is a chance that it kind of keeps itself corrected without any more intervention. But yeah.
I think all the American theater chains kind of screwed themselves over of just being really dumb.
Well, it was also like part of it is that Disney continues to build its empire more and more, to the point where they keep trying to strong arm theaters. Like I remember 2019 strong arm that the one theater, or they tried to strong arm in LA in Anaheim. I forget what it was. It was both a theater and then also the newspaper nearby, I think.
There was a theater that was like, oh, if you want to show this movie, you need to show it in like this amount of theater, this amount of screens for this amount of time. Oh yeah, because they wanted Star Wars to be on every screen. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so it was that kind of thing of I know a couple other theaters have done that before too. Yeah, I know that one was a big deal because it was Star Wars, so of course, and someone went to the news outlet, so they had kind of exposed it. But I do know other stories came out where it's like, a couple other theaters have done that before. It's just that one obviously caught the more traction. Yeah, right place, right time. It's kind of like the Naughty Dog thing. It's like, the Naughty Dog thing caught traction because of like the name and such. But it's like, oh yeah, you look into it, it's really like, oh yeah, this has been happening like at so many other different places. Oof. But yeah, the moral of the story is people are dumb because they don't want to wear masks. This is all their fault.
Halloween is officially canceled, everyone. Next time when you see someone that doesn't wear a mask, blame them.
I mean, shit, we're going to see Santa wearing masks during Christmas ads. How else do you explain Santa going into every house in the world?
No. Super spreader.
Santa isn't social distancing.
No, he's the master of the social distance. He stays by himself in the North Pole all year.
Not until December 24th. And then
spreads his germs to every single person.
Yeah. That's the Christmas joy.
I mean, so Sting said that no, Santa's taking this year off, but I mean, yeah, but then you have to explain, oh, well, you know, your parents are going to be buying the presents for you this year instead of Santa. And then
Shut up.
like, it's like, fuck, what, like, did he mail them to you? Did you keep the mail outside for 3 days to make sure it's safe?
Do you remember how far you are in the game, or is it just like, do you think you're like a quarter of the way through?
I don't even have Paula yet. I thought I had her.
Oh.
Or is it like, oh, the Santa's not human, and then it's like, wait, what, is Santa an alien? And then kids start crying because they think Santa's an alien. Like, there's no winning in this. There's no winning in this situation.
No, or if they find out he's an alien, they're like, awesome.
Nobody cared who I was until I wouldn't put on a mask.
So as a reminder, we have about 10 minutes left until the end of both the bid wars for Thursday, or for today rather, the final bid wars, I believe. And if you want to enter for the beautiful Sonic mask that you can wear potentially as a mask outside in public,
You could give it to Santa.
you could give it to Santa so that he goes and wears the Sonic mask as he delivers packages to 7 billion people.
In one night.
Christmas
Oh,
joy.
Carlson says Santa's leaving hand sanitizer in everyone's stockings. Like, in a
Yes.
bottle or just the liquid?
He just dumps the liquid into the stuff.
Like, your stocking's just dripping the next morning and you're like, I don't want to know what's in there.
I do.
That's the extra Christmas joy.
Depressed Switch tubers just like, why is my wife's stocking all liquidy too?
Mm.
No.
That one could go some places, and I don't want to.
Sabrina horny jail now. Plot twist. I'm always at horny jail.
Sabrina's streaming from horny jail.
Sub to my OnlyFans.
That elements, no.
Oh no.
That element.
That's where I was worried it was going, and I was like, we cannot
I don't-
allow this.
I don't think I can say
Oh,
that
oh
one.
wait, oh no. This isn't Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. This is sex.
I don't think we can say that one out loud. Oh, shit.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. That's
Didn't know I
sinful.
lived in horny jail. Surprise, Carol.
Chat is going so far. Jesus Christ. Oh, it hurts to laugh.
Go to horny jail. I'm the horny jail sheriff. Caro, you are horny jail.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Also, we're talking about this while there's like a small white thing with eyes.
That's
On
an
the screen.
innocent UFO. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this UFO fucked me.
Doesn't look like UFO. Looks squishy.
I'm sorry. Did you say yeah? This UFO fucked my wife.
They have probes,
You
man.
fucked my wife.
You know what? That's fair.
Sussin makes me feel good. Dun it.
Sabrina greets people at horny jail with cookies. No, I greet them with mac and cheese because the sound that mac and cheese makes is special.
That's a word for it for sure.
Yeah. Sabrina, no.
Somebody put out, this was from like an hour ago, but somebody on Twitter put Willem Dafoe on Twitch. I'm something of a streamer myself.
Ah,
Oh, perfect.
I gotta look at that.
Oh, we have a $5 donation from a my Konos fan.
Oh,
Makoto now.
Oh, that sounds like you should put that $5 toward Makoto. I think that's what they're trying to say. If I were to interpret that.
Does that put Makoto in the lead?
No, she's still in third.
I'm just poor.
Okay.
Yeah, right now it's Haru still at 181, Akechi at 131, and Makoto at 123. We just need $10 more, and Makoto will be in second.
Oh yeah.
We just got to get her to second at least. Makoto fan.
That's right. That's me.
Maybe I watched because I watched Persona 5 first, so that's where I heard Jeremy Lee first. But then after I watched a bit of Sword Art Online and I went back to Persona 5 Royal, now when I hear her, all I hear is Asuna, and I feel bad. So I'm like, Makoto's better than Asuna.
I mean, like, a good amount of characters are better than Asuna.
Man.
It's just sad because I liked the first part of Sword Art, and then they got to the fairy game, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I need to catch up because it's one of those like trash shows I have fun watching and reading because it's like it's so all over the place, but I'm having such a good time with it.
I like the first two.
Yeah, Fairy Dance is bad, but at least from what I've seen, season 2 is fine. Like season 2 is just fine. Like I never hear people talk about that. Like it's basically just the first season and Alicization is all I hear people talk about. But then when it comes to season 2, they're just like, it's fine, it exists.
Like I watched the first episode of season 2. Well, like I guess like the Sword Art Online 2. I guess I don't know. It's confusing because it's like the first and second half basically feel like two separate seasons, but they're all technically one whole season. Yeah, like I watched the first episode of that, and I was like, I could probably watch it, and then I just never bothered to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Sail Bridge is good though. Yes, I love Sail Bridge.
What's the difference in money between MGS and Twin Snakes? MGS is currently at MGS 1 is 311 and Twin Snakes is 431. So you need about $120 for Metal Gear Solid 1 to play that, and you need that in just a few minutes.
A few minutes.
A few minutes. Tell us that the last story in season 2 was sad. People are saying like the second half of season 2, when they thought that was pretty good. So how much do we talk about the Mother series and the Mother showcase? You think with how beloved the series is, to be a lot to talk about it.
Look, we didn't even talk about Bayonetta for more than 5 minutes during that 6 hours.
Wait, we played a game during that?
Apparently you did. I don't know.
If someone times this out, and they shouldn't because it's not worth your time, I bet we only talked about Mother for like 3 minutes tops out of this whole thing. If you don't count this current.
Yeah, we said it was a showcase, not a tell case. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, I enjoy, like, I really like EarthBound. Like, I think from what I've played of it, because I do really need to go back and like go through all of it. But yeah, I do really enjoy it, and I've started playing through Mother 3, which I bought like at TMG, because TMG was selling. One of the guys was selling like full reproduction carts of English translations. So I got like one of the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games, and I got Mother 3. So I have like an actual cart of Mother 3, and it's really like I've been going through that, and that's also really fun. And I want to play Mother 1 through EarthBound Beginnings. I just need to pick that up at some point.
I agree with this being the final screen. You're gonna leave it on, Chris.
Yes. Ness
is fucking dead.
He's Sans now.
He's now Sans.
I don't like that your Ness noise or your Sans noise, Chris. It's just Joe.
I was thinking
Joe
Peter Griffin.
Swanson.
but also that.
Someone get Elliot in here. He can do a good sans. But I think I just heard Carol yell for Elliot.
There it is.
Hey, Double. I think it's just because a lot of us like haven't played the series in so long, so it's hard to like. And it's such a weird series too to fully describe. It's like it has such a weird aesthetic and sense of humor.
It's that, and the only person in the marathon when we were planning it that knew the series was Nathan, and Nathan was busy, so we were just like, if we don't do it, we're going to get people actuallying us the entire event.
Yeah, again, it was literally, hey, does anyone want to do Mother for 2 hours? And I literally just throw it on the pile. Like, I'm already doing DK. I'll just keep going.
It's
and
like
obviously, screen tearing interfered with that. So thank you, Chris, for hopping in.
It's like Elliot with Ice Climber. It was like, does anyone like Ice Climber? No? Okay, make Elliot do it.
I have no clue how he got Ice Climber.
I don't know who put his. Yeah, I forget who put his name on it. I just know somebody did.
It was probably John.
And Tay said that John could have if he had internet. Yes, he could have, but he also just did Final Fantasy IV. So, like, I don't think we ever fully intended to do all of Mother at any point, just because it's such a long game on top of another long game.
Yes,
and
it's a lot of grinding.
Literally right from the beginning, we decided that it was just going to be a showcase because it's like, we already threw in one long RPG. We fit in like as many things as possible, so it's like there's no way
too. Like Sabrina played an entire fucking 12-hour game in 6 hours.
Yeah, there's no way
to. I'm so surprised.
there's only 3 Mother games. There's no way to cheat this, so it's like just show off just show it off.
Yeah, like even Torna was a technicality because it's not really a full Xenoblade game, but that's the only fucking way you're getting a Xenoblade game in here.
Somebody said if this had been a few weeks later, we could have had a surprise stream of Mother 64. Maybe.
Oh no, those are gonna get taken down. Those if that happens, those are getting C&D'd like right away. Like there's no way that. I mean, I would love to see it, but there's no way that would have been possible.
Oh, is Sans there?
Is that Sans? Is that Sans on the tail?
We need Sans. Hold on. I'm not going to be able to hear anyone, but I'm going to give him my headphones.
Thank you.
Here you go.
I need to talk to Sans.
Why do you guys need Sans?
Hey, do some Sans.
That's dead.
I'm really lonely, Elliot.
Sans fucked my wife.
He fucked my wife, and I just need to know why.
Well, I gave her quite the boner, so...
I thought you were going to go, but that's way better. That is really good.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's good. We got Undertale in the event now. We're good.
Yes, thank you, Elliot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before we close out for the night, I know that our donation amount just went up by about enough to, I think, influence the Metal Gear Solid run.
Ooh.
So
we're just waiting for that comment to come in.
So it looks like someone just sniped it, unless that is not the case. So we're just gonna keep Ness being.
And then it turns out they're all for the red. They're all for the. Turns out they're all for the.
It's Chris like 70 more times. He's, I need more Makoto.
I need to see her dance. I own the game. I could go do it right now, but fuck it. I need Makoto.
I want Caro to do it. Caro has to do it.
I want Caro to do it. I want to watch the cat dance with her.
Someone just donates $100 for a catchy.
No, Catherine.
Catherine again.
No, AEW, you're fine. We're just giving you some backstory on Mother because that was really the one where it was genuinely just like, who the fuck wants to do it? like nothing against Mother. It's just it is what it is. Like everyone's already talked about it more than I think we can really add. Like that's why I was okay with playing it because it would have been my first time playing through even only a couple hours.
Yeah. When it came to trying to Tetris this event out, there was always going to be one weird fit, whether it was this or Xenoblade. And honestly, it's good that we did this event when we did because we could have risked another RPG series getting added.
That's true.
We were maybe close. Not to pat
unless
ourselves on the back.
Unless it's more Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Not to pat ourselves in the back. I'm surprised we got everything in that we have so far.
Yeah, let alone in the span of such a short time. Like, yeah.
Like the next DLC character is gonna be Isaac from Golden Sun and
It's a World of Warcraft character.
Another RPG.
At least that one's not super long, but like obviously we're not doing it. But like even arms was not there. Like we had a behind the curtain a little bit. We had a cutoff, and then it was very much like, hey Kevin, you want to play arms? Yeah, okay. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, but because it got to that point where it was like, yeah, we added arms, and it's like it's fucking arms, but we can just throw it into an incentive for an hour. Screw it. Oh, there it is. Michael Russell, $165. Please put this towards Metal Gear Solid on PS1. Thank
beautiful.
you. That
What
means
a snipe. What a snipe.
That's the shit I like right there. Someone's
476. Metal Gear Solid on PS1 is the winner, as well as Pac-Man World 2.
Michael, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that donation, and for the snipe, because that's a great moment. That's a great moment for us talking about not Mother the entire time. We're gonna end on that, on getting sniped into another game. I did want to see Twin Snakes, but I'm happy either way.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we got robbed.
That's
I think it's funny, because pretty much like there's like so many people that put their things in for Twin Snakes, and then a solid one is basically just like 6 people. It just so happens that one person put $250, another person put $160.
And for the record, the cutoff was 10. We ended at 10. This is done. Same with the daily raffle. Like, you can still donate, but not for the current daily raffle or anything. So that's like, that was it. That was the last minute poll by Michael there.
Okay, so
that's what I'm about to do. I'm just making sure I'm gonna click winner on Pac-Man World 2 and Metal Gear Solid 1. And I'm just gonna refresh. So our total is 17,420. Blaze it.
It's such an expertly done snipe too.
Is he in the chat
in the morning?
Oh, he is in the chat. MD Russell Mash. I thought MGS1 was better.
Fair, very
short
fair.
and simple.
Okay, all right. Let's get the random picker up.
Well, he says,
I almost missed someone. That would have been bad.
And while you're setting up the picker, I do want to thank everyone who's been hanging out all day.
Yes.
I mean, Chris and Stefan, you two like in particular have been here this entire time. Chris, you just jumped in to play Mother because of screen tearing.
I actually took off a day of work today just to do this.
Yeah, I mean, same, just to play Donkey Kong. God, but yeah, I mean, you guys have been awesome as always. So thank you to everyone who's been hanging out either for part of the day, the entire day. Thank you for Sabrina for popping in for Mother and chatting with us about not Mother at all. As it usually goes with these runs.
I was there for Sonic Advance, but I wasn't on a mic. I was just I was 6 feet away from John, just watching him.
Right? Yeah.
But
you didn't finish Deadpool 2. That's right.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun today. That's all I really have to add. It's been a lot of fun. We raised a good amount of money again. I mean, we're still blowing any of our expectations out of the water. And again, for the rest of the event until Subspace ends, if we hit $20,000, Linky will be playing right after Subspace ends. He'll be playing World of Light in a speed run. So if you want to see that, that'll be the likely last incentive for Subpar Smash Bros. And then on Wednesday, John will be ending off with the adjusted time for Prime 2.
Yep. All right. So the winner of the Sonic 2019 movie mask is gotta load. Come on. Loading up. Patrick T 173.
Patrick T 173.
Hey, congratulations.
Good job.
You will be getting this cursed item out of my house.
You won Nightmare Fuel.
And he was the one who put the most amount for this, so he earned it.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And thank you again for donating for both to him and everybody else who donated, both for the raffle and in general today. So, yeah, with that, I don't think we have anything else to add. What opens up tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Mega Man 11.
Oh,
with
there's
Kira,
Patrick.
I believe. Patrick's in here. There he is.
Hey.
Look out for an email. I'm assuming tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at the latest, you should get your email.
So tomorrow, Mega Man 11 opens things up. So make sure to tune in. That's 10 a.m. like usual.
Then Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival at noon, Pac-Man World 2 at 1, and Metal Gear Solid 1 at 5 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow
That's gonna be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Final words before hitting stream. We're good.
Please stop fucking my wife.
No.
Thank you for taking my cursed item.